Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Man's No Bull Beer Reviews. Today I have another beer from Pontoon Brewing Company out of Sandy Springs, Georgia. I knew it was in Georgia. I couldn't remember what the city was. This beer is called Honorary Girl Scout Samo'nut Cookie. So I guess it's supposed to emulate. Sorry, I got a smudge on my glass. It's supposed to emulate the Samoa Girl Scout cookies, which are generally caramel, coconut, and chocolate flavored. So this one, it's a milk porter with chocolate, caramel, and toasted coconut. So yeah, that definitely makes sense. And this is, I know it's on here. Here it is. 6.3 ABV. So now I've had a couple things from these guys that someone sent me. I think they were, I don't remember if they were all IPAs. I know some of them were, and if they were something else, they definitely weren't stouts, or well, I guess it's a porter, but they definitely weren't darker beers. So I have not had I don't believe I've had a darker beer from these guys, so I don't know what to expect. And that's not to say that if I had one bad one that this one would be bad, but just saying. Wow, that was a really vigorous pour. So as you can see, it pours a pretty dark brown color, but it definitely still has like some red hue around it. So you know it does seem more like a porter than a stout in that realm. It has about almost 3 fingers worth of a beige head, but that might be because I poured it a little vigorously. It's really weird. So I'm not getting the coconut. I'm getting like a peanut butter aroma. But I think, I don't know why it is anymore, but so many of these things that are just have like this, and I don't know, I haven't tasted this yet, but so many of these things that have like that general confectionery taste always come off to me as like having a peanut butter flavor, which I think is weird. I don't know why. Especially since like pretty much all peanut butter beers, they don't even have real peanut butter, and it's like peanut butter protein powder basically. But this, no, I get the coconut a little bit, but I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm getting chocolate or caramel or caramel, however you want to say it. But I do get the coconut a little bit, but there's something in there that reminds me of peanut butter too, which is interesting. It is a little bit of roasty character too as well. So I do get, that's so weird. Maybe it's just the toasted character of the coconut that reminds me of, that's like nutty to me. I don't know. But I do pick up the coconut. I do still have that nutty character. I am getting a little bit of like dark chocolate. Definitely not milk chocolate. I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm getting caramel. The body's like pretty. I don't want to say it's thin because I don't feel like it's thin. It just seems to me like to be over carbonated, which is kind of giving it the feel that it's thin. And it's also like a little metallic too, which I seem to get out of a lot of these. If any, like stouts that are over carbonated and have a bunch of stuff in them for whatever reason, they come off metallic to me. I don't know that, because it seems to be like a almost constant thing. I don't know that it's actually metallic, like, because something was exposed to steel too long, or however that works. But I don't know. Like, this isn't bad, but when I taste it, I'm definitely not. It's definitely not making me think of Girl Scout cookie. I'll say that much. Well, this one specifically, the Samoa one. I do get the coconut a little bit, but I'm not really getting any chocolate and caramel. And even the coconut I get is like pretty minimal. Like I was saying before, it tastes like there's peanut butter in this. I don't know why. It's very strange. But the beer character is like so muted. There's hardly any like roasty, like good, nice, solid porter character. It's another one of those beers where it's like if you stripped out the flavoring that they added, the base beer would be garbage. And it doesn't have a ton of off flavors, but it's just like so mild and thin. Like, I know it's not strong ABV, so that it's not even that, but maybe it's the overcarbonation it's just presenting itself as thin. But I just feel like if you took away the coconut from this, it would literally taste like slightly sweet water. I mean, everything is like really muted and muddled, and then there's like some coconut and like a peanut butter character on top of it. And it's really light for even a porter. I mean, if you said this was like a Samoa brown ale, I would absolutely believe it, because a good brown ale a lot of times ends up looking this dark. So if this was a brown ale, I would think it would be more. But to call this a porter is kind of, because if I ordered a porter and they gave me this with the stuff taken out of it, I would be really pissed, because it would not fit the bill for that. So, but there's a lot of breweries that are just doing that these days. They don't care about the base beer that much, because they know they're just going to throw a bunch of crap in it that's going to dominate the flavor anyways. It's kind of unfortunate. So I will say that other than that, like a little bit of metallic character, it's not that there's anything inherently really bad about this, but I can tell just the base beer is like super watered down and just not well executed. It's kind of unfortunate. So on my scale of buy, drink, dump, I'm going to give this one a drink. The flavor is still decent. I don't mind it, and I do like coconut. But I would not buy this again. If I wanted something like this, there's absolutely better options. And generally, I just wouldn't want something like this anyway. So I'm just gonna give this one a drink. I will say, of all the Pontoon beers I've had, I don't think I've been too impressed by any of them. None of them are bad, but it just seems like they're going the way of a lot of other breweries, where they're not really perfecting beers. They're just pumping them out there and throwing stuff in them, and just doing what's popular. So. But I get it. It's still a business, and you got to make money, so you do what you have to do. So, anyways, that's all I got in this one. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.